So I want to talk about Mirsad Sarek a little bit. I, saw pictures of him. I knew he was, Madeline said he was Muslim back when I worked at Sinclair Place. He'd committed suicide. She told me the story. I was there, working there. Never sat right with me when she told the story. Nothing she said, could I question, but it just didn't sit right in my gut. Sorry, I just drank. Okay, anyway. As Madeline talked very well about all her husbands. Her first one, they got divorced. She didn't, it was a mistake getting married, and it was the right thing to do, getting divorced. But she was married 7 times to 6 husbands. I was her 6th husband. She married one twice. I married Misty twice, but she married one of her husbands twice. I can't remember which one. Anyway, she talked well about them, and she talked about, the one thing that I loved it, man. These cops, there must have been 6, 10 wellness checks, at least 8. More than 6, definitely more than 6, that they were sending out to check on Madeline. And she would say, I've been lucky in my life. She goes, I've been treated very well by the men in my life, her husbands. And, she goes, I've been very lucky. And she goes, I've never been treated better. She told everybody that. It shut them up, backed them off, like, what can you say to that? Thank you, Madeline. I don't ever consider myself that man, but, you did. Sometimes my judgment is off, so this one I was going to go on her judgment and go, okay, I'm going to believe you. One of the gifts Madeline gave me was I got to be the true me with Madeline, and I got to do it for so long. And I like me, that I got to be comfortable doing it, that 21-day thing, and that, I got to let him out every single day, all day, and no holding back, no, I told Madeline all my deepest, darkest, dirtiest secrets, and, she told me what she thought were hers, and I'm scoffing at hers, I'm not going to tell you what they were, but, I got drunk and killed a kitten once. I think I should go to hell for that, man. I don't think there's any saving. Wish I hadn't done that. She still, she didn't run away. I didn't scare her off. She let me be me, and I think she was her. She got to be her with me, and her inner child. She's 20 years older physically than me, but her inner child was younger than me. I loved it, man. She'd go like, well, let's do this, and I'm like, really? Like, we're supposed to be old and grumpy and staid and true, and it's like, and anyway. So that I loved it, man. Madeline was a really good example for me to try to be, and I will say this: she was stupid about the Sages. She would not ever kick them off the property. The only time I really saw Madeline angry, we were leaving the property, and as you're coming off on the right side, it's all cut down. And Madeline had cleared out all the old growth, not the old growth, but the dead growth, the dead trees, the ones that were, needed to be cut out, thinned out, let the other trees, and Madeline, she was kind of pissed when they cut the forest on the hill between her and the Straits of Juan de Fuca, which gave you such that great view. And, she's going, I'd rather have the forest, and so we're driving down and we're driving past it. She's telling me the story that, Dell said, Dell, okay, I should explain Judy and Dell too. Okay, Judy and Dell met Madeline. She was a teacher in Kodiak, Alaska. She left, I guess she divorced her husband, found Magnus Magnusson. He was from Scandinavia, Greenland, Iceland, somewhere in there. He was an Atlantic fisherman, and he'd come out here and he started a business up in Kodiak, and Madeline married him. Madeline was 23 years old. He was 62, and it was never an issue with them. He was 40 years older than she was, and they got married and went up there and made a successful marriage. She became a school teacher, elementary. I find it interesting, the women in my life, Misty, Madeline, teachers. Anyway, she wanted somebody to live on her property and take care of it. and somehow, some way, her and Dell and Judy got, hooked up together. They, he was a horse logger. He was a horseman. He had horses. That was his main thing. Is he wanted to raise horse. He's going to raise horses, and he was a logger. He used to go out to firemen, companies, and teach them how to log so they don't cut their legs off, when they're out there fighting fires. And so Dell is very well versed in the outdoors. He could hide bodies in the right place. Anyway, where was I? We were talking about, you get old, this happens to you.